A summer reunion at Balmoral between Prince Harry and King Charles has been the subject of endless speculation. But what if the fate of this long-awaited family meeting hangs on a single, crucial question? According to sources and royal watchers, one question has the power to either finally bring father and son together or keep them worlds apart. Behind palace walls, there's a quiet hope for a reconciliation between a father and his estranged son. For years, the world has watched the painful and public fracturing of the British royal family. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's departure in 2020 sent shockwaves through the monarchy, creating a chasm that has only seemed to widen. Yet now, whispers of a potential breakthrough are growing louder. Royal insiders are pointing towards the summer and to one specific location as the potential stage for a monumental family summit: Balmoral, the royal family's private sanctuary in the Scottish Highlands. But this wouldn't be a simple family get-together. The path to this reunion is reportedly fraught with conditions, all centered around a single, unspoken question that cuts to the very heart of the conflict. This isn't just about conflicting schedules. It's about trust, privacy, and the future of the monarchy itself. For King Charles, it's a chance to reconnect with his son and his grandchildren, Archie and Lilibet. For Prince Harry, it could be a step towards mending the relationships that have defined his life. So, what is this one question? What is the one condition that could unlock the doors to Balmoral and finally bring this painful chapter to a close? Stick with us as we unpack the layers of speculation, expert analysis, and behind-the-scenes whispers. To understand why a potential summer reunion is such a big deal, we have to look at what led to this fractured state. The story of the rift between Prince Harry and his family isn't a simple disagreement. It's a complex saga of love, loss, and the immense pressure of public life. For years, the world saw Prince Harry as the beloved younger brother, the charming spare to the heir. But behind the scenes, a different story was playing out. The first major tremor was the 2020 decision by Prince Harry and Meghan Markle to step back as senior working royals. This was more than just a job change. It was a fundamental break with the institution. The couple moved to North America, seeking a new life away from the relentless glare of the British media. But distance didn't bring peace. In March 2021, their bombshell interview with Oprah Winfrey sent shockwaves across the globe. Allegations of racism within the family and a lack of support for Meghan's mental health painted a grim picture of life inside the palace. The interview transformed a family disagreement into a public spectacle. Then came the Netflix docuseries, Harry v. Meghan, in late 2022, followed by the most direct hit, the publication of Prince Harry's memoir, Spare, in January 2023. The book was a raw account of his life, filled with deeply personal and often painful revelations. He wrote of a physical altercation with his brother, Prince William, whom he described as both his beloved brother and arch-nemesis. For the royal family, who have long tried to live by the motto "never complain, never explain," this was seen by many as the ultimate betrayal. Royal experts have noted that any communication with Harry became fraught with risk, with the fear that private conversations could end up in the public domain. Each of these moments, the departure, the interview, the docuseries, the book, added another brick to the wall separating Harry from his father and brother, creating a chasm of mistrust that has made the idea of a simple family reunion incredibly fragile. Amidst all the tension, one location has emerged in royal circles as the most likely place for a meaningful reconciliation: Balmoral Castle. The sprawling estate in Aberdeenshire, Scotland, is more than just a royal residence. It's a sanctuary, a place steeped in royal history and treasured by the family as a private escape. It was the late Queen Elizabeth II's favorite residence, and it's where the family has traditionally gathered for their summer holiday. According to royal author Ingrid Seward, Balmoral isn't just a possible location. It may be the only realistic one. Speaking to the Mirror, she stated, "The only place that really I think they could meet if the king is to get to know, or at least see his grandchildren, is at Balmoral." Her reasoning is twofold. First, time. It's the only time the king has time, she notes, away from his structured diary in London. The summer break in Scotland offers a more relaxed pace. Second, privacy. The vast Balmoral estate, with its numerous cottages, offers a level of seclusion impossible to achieve elsewhere. This setup could also help solve a major hurdle for any visit: security. Prince Harry has been in a long-running dispute with the UK Home Office over taxpayer-funded protection since it was downgraded. He has said he doesn't feel it's safe to bring his family to the UK without it. However, as Seward points out, there wouldn't be all the drama surrounding security either, because if Harry and his family are staying in a royal residence, they'll get full security. While the broader legal dispute wouldn't disappear, the top-tier security at a royal residence would neutralize the immediate safety concerns for that specific visit. Furthermore, Balmoral allows for careful management of who is there at any given time. It's widely understood that relations between Prince Harry and his brother, Prince William, remain incredibly strained. A reunion involving both brothers at this stage is seen by most commentators as unlikely. Ingrid Seward is blunt on this point. "I think the king would pick very carefully who was going to be there at the same time, and it certainly wouldn't be William and Kate. If it were, I'd be absolutely astounded." The estate size would allow for a staggered schedule, ensuring a meeting between Harry and his father wouldn't be overshadowed by a tense encounter with the Prince and Princess of Wales. It's this unique combination of privacy, security, and flexibility that has so many royal experts pointing to Balmoral as the perfect stage for a high-stakes family summit. So, if the location is plausible and a meeting is desired, what's the holdup? According to numerous reports and insider commentary, any potential reunion seems to hinge on one critical issue. This isn't a formal, written demand, but an unspoken question born from years of public revelations and a breakdown of trust. That question, in its simplest form, is this: can we trust you to keep this private? This is the one issue that, according to royal commentators, needs to be resolved before any meaningful reunion can happen. The royal family has traditionally operated on a foundation of discretion. Harry's decision to publish Spare and participate in tell-all interviews shattered this code. This created a constant anxiety within the palace that any conversation could become fodder for a future media project. This is why some reports have speculated that an invitation to Balmoral might come with strings attached. Royal author Ingrid Seward has even speculated about the unprecedented step of asking for confidentiality agreements. They'd probably have to make them sign confidentiality agreements and all kinds of stuff, she explained to the Mirror. Whether a formal document is ever produced is almost beside the point. The core issue is the assurance of privacy. The king and his advisors would need to be convinced that what happens at Balmoral stays at Balmoral. The path to the Scottish Highlands is reportedly only open if Harry can provide credible assurances that this visit will be different, a private family meeting, not a content-gathering exercise. This is the singular issue that seems to overshadow all others. It's about creating a safe space for dialogue to even begin. The king is said to be in a difficult position, longing to see his son and grandchildren, but also responsible for protecting the monarchy from further public damage. The answer to whether Harry can convince his father he can be trusted will likely determine if a family reunion takes place on Scottish soil this summer. While speculation about a summer summit at Balmoral continues, it's worth remembering that a brief meeting did take place in early 2024, offering a small glimmer of hope. Following the shocking announcement of King Charles's cancer diagnosis, Prince Harry flew from California to London at a moment's notice to be by his father's side. The meeting happened at Clarence House, the King's London residence. It was their first confirmed in-person meeting in a long time, and by all accounts, it was remarkably brief. Reports suggest it lasted for around 45 minutes to an hour before the King and Queen Camilla departed for Sandringham. Despite its brevity, the fact that the meeting happened at all was significant. A source close to the royal household reportedly told Bazaar that the king greatly appreciated Harry's gesture. However, even this moment of family crisis was not immune to media spin. Soon after, some tabloids claimed the encounter was formal and that Harry was treated like an official visitor. This narrative was forcefully rejected by sources close to Prince Harry, who were said to have described the claims as categorically false. This pushback was telling, indicating a desire from Harry's side to protect the private nature of his interactions with his father from what he sees as a hostile press. This brief encounter serves as crucial context for the current Balmoral speculation. It proved two things. First, in a moment of crisis, the instinct for father and son was to connect. Harry dropped everything, and Charles made time to see him. Second, it highlighted the immense challenge of privacy. The meeting was immediately followed by conflicting reports, underscoring the very trust issues that make a longer meeting so difficult to arrange. A short, controlled visit is one thing. A multi-day stay at Balmoral is another proposition entirely, requiring a level of trust that has yet to be fully rebuilt. While the reunion narrative focuses on Charles and Harry, there's another dynamic at play: the fractured brotherhood of Prince William and Prince Harry. No discussion of a family reconciliation is complete without considering the Prince of Wales, and according to many royal watchers, his position remains one of deep skepticism. The revelations in Harry's memoir, Spare, are believed to have caused profound damage to their relationship. Commentators widely agree that while King Charles may be driven by a father's desire to reconcile, Prince William is guided by a future king's instinct to protect the institution. Unnamed sources frequently quoted in the press suggest William believes the Sussexes cannot be trusted. This is why reports suggest any potential reunion at Balmoral would be arranged to avoid a major clash between the sons. Royal author Ingrid Seward has been clear on this, stating she would be absolutely astounded if William and Kate were at Balmoral at the same time as Harry. Looking ahead, much of the speculation about a summer visit is tied to Prince Harry's commitments. Some reports suggest Harry may travel to the UK for events related to the one-year countdown to the 2027 Invictus Games in Birmingham. This could create a window of opportunity for a Balmoral visit, and some sources claim Harry is pushing hard for it. Other highly speculative reports even suggest Harry and Meghan might spend over a month in Europe this summer, using Portugal as a base. While these plans are unconfirmed, they add to the narrative that a UK visit is likely. The question is whether that visit will include a detour to Scotland, and if the groundwork of trust can be laid to make it possible. The story of Prince Harry and the royal family is a modern saga that has captivated the world. As speculation about a potential reunion at Balmoral swirls, it speaks to a deep-seated public desire to see this family heal. We've explored the history of the conflict, the unique importance of Balmoral, and the difficult dynamic with Prince William. We've seen how a brief meeting at Clarence House showed both the potential for connection and the persistent problem of trust. But through it all, the narrative circles back to one central, defining issue: the path to a Balmoral reunion, according to those who watch the monarchy closest, is not paved with grand gestures, at least not yet. It seems to hinge on the answer to that one crucial, unspoken question: can this conversation, this meeting, this moment, remain private? It is, at its core, a question of trust. Can Prince Harry reassure his father that their time together will be sacred, and that the details won't find their way into a headline, a documentary, or another book? Royal author Ingrid Seward believes that if approached directly, the king's response would be simple: "Darling boy, of course come to Balmoral." But that fatherly sentiment is now wrapped in the complex machinery of monarchy. The details would likely be left to aides. This potential reunion is a delicate dance of logistics, emotions, and high-stakes strategy. For now, nothing is confirmed. Buckingham Palace remains silent. But the possibility remains, a flicker of hope for reconciliation in the quiet hills of the Scottish Highlands. The stage is potentially set. The key, it seems, rests in the answer to that single, vital question: